Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for our second part of our Women in Distinction Awards in honor of Women's History Month and as part of our Women in Business series. We're really excited to be able to honor some influential women throughout the greater Newport region. And today I'm very pleased to be joined by our next honoree, Elizabeth Lynn, the Executive Director of the Beuren Charitable Foundation. Welcome and congratulations, Elizabeth.
Erin, thank you so much. This is really fun, exciting, and quite flattering. Thank you.
Oh, well, we were so excited that you were available. I know how busy you are, especially throughout the course of this last year and all of the work that you've been doing. But we just wanted to take a few minutes and introduce you to some folks who maybe haven't met you yet. You've been the executive director of the Van Buren Foundation for, well, since 2008.
Yeah.
And so just tell us a little bit about your role for the foundation.
So as executive director, I have the privilege of working for a pretty incredible family that's really committed to its philanthropy and committed to this region. So it's a pleasure sort of working with them to express their interest in how they want that philanthropy to show up in the community. And they have this terrific staff that makes it all possible. So that, that alone makes the job just such a pleasure. Part of that work, though, is really taking the intent of the family and going out into the community and finding those opportunities where our interests and theirs are aligned, where we can really make a difference with the community, matching our aspirations with theirs. And one of the best parts of this job is meeting those community leaders who day in, day out are trying to make a difference in this community.
And no doubt there have been lots of challenges over the course of your tenure there, but certainly over the course of the last year. And the Van Buren Foundation has been such an integral part in being involved in the recovery of what we've experienced over the course of the last year. Can you talk about some of the goals that your organization has had to really help the region since 2020?
Yeah, it's, I came in 2008 and I thought that was gonna be one of the more challenging moments of
Right.
this job. 2020 has been extraordinary. It's been a lot of work, but it has been so rewarding. I think if you talk to nonprofit leaders in the community, this is why we're here.
Right.
So in some ways, it's there's a lot of value in this moment. So on March 16th, we went remote, and my board really stepped up, as did the staff, wanting to know what can we do. One of the first things we did was emergency grant making. So we put about $1 million out there for organizations just to meet the immediate need, knowing bigger money was coming, but it takes a little while for that money to come through. And we weren't alone. I have to say, the community outpouring of support to the organizations during this period was terrific. And we also went to meeting twice a week, or not twice a week, that would be a lot, twice a month.
Sure.
And the reason for that was, one, the board wanted to stay informed, but also to be able to be responsive. So we went to rapid meetings.
Absolutely. And you really have had such a broad impact on the broader community. Are there any specific projects or programs that were ignited because of the pandemic that you're either most proud of or that you think have been the most impactful for the community in its recovery?
That's a great question. I think some of the work I was really proud of was the convening we did. Just a lot of organizations were trying to do a lot of sense making themselves, and it was great to bring folks together. We found that there was a lot of just shared information. As you know, everybody was looking for information, and the landscape was changing regularly. So that was really great. We also brought them around for information around particularly technical assistance for organizational development. People
Mhm.
were trying to figure out everything from how to work remote to how to do financial scenario planning. HR issues were really challenging during that period. So we did a lot around that work. So a lot of it was just being in partnership and being in conversation with the community that was probably the most rewarding. Um,
That's great to hear. And certainly your reach has helped to support economic development, workforce development, and social needs throughout the broader community. So we can't thank you enough for all of the work and the effort that you and the Van Beuren Foundation and your team there have done to help the community. Having you is such an asset to our nonprofit organizations, and we do have so many on the island, which is a huge economic generator as well. They're one of the larger employers throughout the state as well. So you've had such an impact on business, on our community, and we can't thank you enough. So congratulations for being a Woman of Distinction for 2021. And I'd also like to offer you your certificate so that you can display this proudly at all of your Zoom meetings in your office. I also want to thank Greenvale Vineyards, and we'll be dropping off some bottles of wine to enjoy and celebrate with your staff and your family, a Meritage, a Chardonnay, and
lovely.
a Skipping Stone, Greenvale Vineyard. So thank you so much. They've been a wonderful sponsor for us and for the Women in Business series for a long time. And they were very excited to be able to share in honoring you and your staff and all of the work that you've done.
Well, I love that place. So that is very exciting. And I'll try not to take care of them all at once.
Thanks again for joining us, and congratulations.
Thanks, Erin.